Hey everybody, Coach Troy here. Now, did you know that there is a mysterious island that only appears after the sun is set? So come with me as we explore the Isle of Night. Designed by Dustin Dowdle, Isle of Night is a game for 2 to 5 players, plays in about 10 to 15 minutes, and it is a drafting set collection card game. In this box here, you're going to get a bunch of cards. That's pretty much it. Cards on the back, you'll have a nice picture of a you, I'm guessing, traveling to that Isle of Night with your dog. Cats are better, but whatever. I suppose we'll forgive that. And on the fronts of those cards, we will have different pictures of sea serpents, butterflies, spiders, more butterflies, just different things that you're going to be discovering and collecting on the island. You'll also have some cards depicting the setup of the island and the different sets you're trying to collect on the island to collect points. Pretty much players will be taking turns pulling 3 cards from the deck, putting them out, collecting cards, and the game is over once a certain amount of lanterns have been collected. After that, you just add up your points and see who wins. That being said, let's take a little closer at how it plays. First thing, you will grab an island card. There's a couple different island cards, and you will set up the island with these score cards here. There are 6 different islands you can choose from, and depending on which island you pick, the victory points will be established in a different way, and some of them have different rules as well. And these cards here that build the island, they will score points based on the combos you collect from your cards at the end of the game. For example, on this particular island, this one is worth 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, and the top is 5. On a player's turn, they will draw 3 cards from the deck and put them out in the middle of the table. If you ever draw cards with similar pictures, you will place them on the same row, like these beetles here. After placing the cards on the table, you will then grab one of the type of card and take everything in that stack. That is now yours. Put it in front of you. Now, the rules are unclear on exactly if you keep this as open information what you take, so what we've done is put them face up but in a stack so people know what you have, but just not how many. It then goes to the other player, who will take 3 more cards and place them out in the middle of the table. And then grab what they'd like. While the majority of the cards will be different items that you're collecting to make sets, there are some special rules in there. For example, the dragon here cannot be collected by itself. You have to collect a sword, and for every sword you collect, you can also grab a dragon card. The same rule applies with spears and sea serpents. Conch shells allow you to trade places with scoring cards on the island. So if there's a card next to each other, you can slide and change its place, affecting how it will score at the end of the game. Scroll cards will lock your scoring cards so that they can no longer be switched when you get a seashell. Of course, another scroll could very easily just unlock it as well. Treasure chests just give you simple 2 victory points. And magic staffs allow you to discard a card you have already collected to reuse its power. So, for example, if I already had several scrolls, I could discard them out and then use them immediately. Cursed rings are probably the most confusing card. When you collect one, at the beginning of your turn, you are allowed to discard one of the cards you've already collected and grab a card from the center. But at the end of the game, you will have -1 point. You can collect up to 3 rings that will give you a -4 and a -9 if you have that many. And lastly, there are land cards. These are a little different as you cannot collect as many as are on the table. You can only collect 1 as they are considered unique, and they will give you a special ability. How you finish the game is by collecting lantern cards. Once you collect 3 lantern cards plus as many players are playing, so if in a 2-player game it would be 5, and in a 5-player game it would be 7 lanterns, the game is over. Lanterns are worth 1 point each. The game ends immediately once the lanterns are collected, and then you will score points based on the combos you have and where they are on the island. For example, on these 2 cards I have 3 butterflies, and they are in the 4-point slot, so this combo will get me 4 points. And lastly, if you look at the bottom of certain cards, you will have stars here. And whoever collects the most star symbols on all of their cards at the end will get a bonus of 5 or 6 points, depending on which island card is in play. And whoever has the most points wins the game. And that is Isle of Night, a simple set collection card drafting game. Let's start off with what I do like about this game, the artwork. It's very simple, to the point. It doesn't need much, and the artist did a very good job. I like how you collect sets of cards instead of just one at a time. So certain cards, while on their own are not that valuable, not worth much, they build up over time, and then you have to make big decisions as the one card better, or do I get 5 butterflies? That's going to for sure get me a spot on the island, plus set me up for future. I really like the location cards as well. The fact that you have to make a decision, especially later in game, because you can only get one at a time. Is that going to be worth it, as opposed to getting several in one of the sets? And they do cool things, like give you end-of-game bonuses, or possibly powers that work immediately in your favor. I like how there are different ways to set up the island. That's going to add to your replay value right there, as well as different combo cards that you can set out that are going to just changes things up, so not every game is the same, and you're going to play a little different every time. And lastly, I really like the fact that some cards had those little stars on those, and the more you collect, you get the little bonus at the end if you get the most. That actually won me one of the games there. Actually won a couple of people at the games there, just having that little bonus there at the end, pushing you to that #1 spot. So it just adds another dimension of the play and the set collection. So it's not just the cards in front, but as a whole, what are you getting out of them? And things I didn't like so much. Probably the big thing is that cursed ring was one of the more confusing things for players to really get, or even to remember to use. So while I like the fact that there were different special action cards that affected the game in different ways, that one I wasn't so sure about. The theme didn't really come through. It's just a collection game, but I was expecting a little more theme out of it, especially with this, the production there, Isle of Night, with that picture on there. Looked pretty promising, but it didn't really come through at all. And lastly, how the games end. They just seem to end so abruptly, like suddenly, oh nope, all the lanterns are there, we're done. I guess that part is a little thematic. You think you're collecting the torches. I guess that's like them being used as and night is finishing up and the sun is rising, so you've used up all your torches to get through. But outside of that, the ending of the games just always kind of seemed to just happen and feel a little bit flat. But it is just a 15-minute game, not some big epic adventure, so what do you expect from that, right? So there you are, Isle of Night. If you're looking for a simple set collection game that plays a good amount of people, 2 to 5, that's a nice range, as well as having very nice artwork, this might be for you. So if anyone else has played this game, let me know what you think. This is Coach Troy, and I'll see y'all next time. Everything's got to get put on hold. Opal needs attention. She is the star of the show.